Simply Centrell. She will ignite your passion and bring your purpose to life. The strategies she shares will take you to higher heights, improving your energy, spirituality, your well-being, a better mindset for your journey to build a better you. She's on fire to take you higher. She's on fire to take you higher. The Simply Centrell Show.
Hello and welcome to the Simply Centrell Show. We are doing things just a little bit differently today. I wanted to take a little time to reflect, look back on the journey. That's what we're talking about here, from the ground up, building a better you. And everyone has asked for a little bit more of my journey. What have I gone through to get to this point? And was it all planned? So I look back to what has now almost been a year in the making, when I was invited to do a radio show as a bigger platform of service. So those of you who have heard on the show, I'm on the board of directors for a nonprofit, and we have serviced young girls in helping them to realize their limitless potential. So that was amazing, and I was thinking, you know what, I should probably do a little bit more of that, or even something bigger. And so when the radio show opportunity came about, I was not super excited about it, because that means I have to step out of my comfort zone. I needed to actually be public when I was a very private person. I still am a very private person. So I didn't immediately jump on that opportunity. As a matter of fact, I prayed on it, thought about it. I talked to those people that I most trust about this opportunity and what it could mean. And months were passing by, months. And I received some really great guidance. You know, don't be selfish with the things you have to offer. You have to put those things out into the world, because you never know who's going to need it and who you're going to reach. I just wanted to make sure that I kept the authentic connection and relationship as I endeavored upon these things. My whole journey in life has been to build a better me, to be better, to incorporate the things that people have shared with me, so that I can go farther, so I can do it in a shorter amount of time. So even as I have prayed and thought and meditated on the opportunity to have a radio show, it still didn't truly hit me until around January of this year that yes, after all the encouragement and support and the praying and the meditation, yes, I should move forward with this, so that others can see the tools and the strategies and the things you actually go through, the discomfort, the frustration, the excitement of trying something new. So that trajectory was now in motion. I am now doing photo shoots and prepping for a radio show, which takes a lot. So here you've learned a lot in your life. You've probably been on this earth for a number of years and still have a lot to learn. So I even heard someone say that the best experience comes from your experience. Your learning comes from your experience. And that's true. You don't have it all. You literally learn as you go. So as I'm now doing more public things, photo shoots and makeup and teams and all of these things, again, completely uncomfortable, because it is preparing me for something that's a lot more public. I'm also now spending more time on social media, engaging with you, sharing all of the different things that are happening with you, so that you can understand, hey, I'm here, and preparing for what's to come. And the preparation continues. So fast forwarding a little bit, as I'm getting show ideas and trying to hone in on the message that I'm sending. What does it mean to build a better you from the ground up? We've been here for a while, so literally some of our foundation has already been laid, and we do need to tweak that foundation every now and then, because we need to make sure that it's stronger and it's ready for what's to come. It's ready for the next level. So I'm moving forward to the radio show, and I have some bumps along the way, right? You have plans laid out, and everyone knows what it means to plan because God has his own plan. And I thought, okay, well, when you do a radio show, you're going to start with preparing for the show. You're going to start with getting guests. You're going to have to go into the studio, do some pre-recording, some promos. You have folks that are doing their jobs. Everyone has their role to play, and everyone has their time in which to do it. Well, everyone knows the best laid plans don't always work out. And that's exactly what was happening. So here we move all the way to June and July, and I'm honestly not 100% on doing this radio show just yet. I've never done this before. Now, I've spoken in public. I've done things for corporate events. I've been around my family and friends. Yes, I can be outgoing in those circles. This is different. This is in front of the camera. This is not directly talking to someone one-on-one. So there's a little angst, there's a lot of discomfort, there's also a lot of practice that comes along with this, right? I have to look at those people that are doing it and glean from them what's going well and what's authentic to me and what may not be going so well and what I don't want to pick up. So there's a lot of time and energy put into those things, and I still have to maintain meditation and prayer because I want to make sure that I'm doing everything in the right order, in the right perspective, for the right reasons. So June, July approach, and I actually have a day where I'm supposed to go and record, and we've already gotten the show date. We're ready, we're starting, it's coming. The month of August is fast approaching, and I'm ready to record on this day some things that are going to be pivotal for the show. I get to the recording session and no one is set to record. Not only are they not set to record at the agreed upon time, we're not recording at all. And then the trajectory changed to, we need to do something else. Matter of fact, we need to go to a different meeting, a different venue, and change course. How many people know that sometimes changing course is a good thing? So you may have something planned out, and God has another idea in mind. Now, I could have gotten upset. I could have become frustrated and decided, you know what, I'm not changing course. We had something on the docket. That's what we were going to do. And it's not going to happen. You know what, I can go find something else to do. I didn't that day. I didn't want to go to this event. I decided to go anyway. And let me show you what happened when I decided to trust God and move forward, even though it was not my plan. We are here with Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, just finishing up our bail reform meeting here at the Community of Faith. So how do you think the conversation went tonight, Mr. Gonzalez?
I think it was a good conversation. Yeah. I think we need more dialogue. I think the more that everyone could be informed about the issue and take action, I think it's very important. So this is a very, very important issue. I think many spoke to how important it is.
Yes.
And I think it's something that we need to keep moving forward and being aggressive in our efforts. And I think the day will come real soon when we'll see lasting bail reform.
Well, I thank you for your passion and for your heart. The comments that you made truly show that you have an appreciation and a dedication to the community. What is it that you feel was not addressed here on the panel tonight?
Well, I think a lot was discussed. It's such a broad issue that it's hard to tackle just one piece of it. Mm-hmm. We need to make sure that we're working diligently to support the families of those that are incarcerated, because sometimes it is a decision between food or paying the rent or bailing someone out. And if you bail them out, then you don't have money to take care of other stuff, and it's a vicious cycle that impacts families. And so I don't think that was really discussed.
Right.
I think we threw around a lot of dollars, which is important.
Yes.
But I think at the end of the day, it's just the impact to human lives, beyond just those that are incarcerated, the children, the parents, the grandparents, and others, and just the stressors that are placed on the family.
Right. I mean, we talked about what the true issue was, and you were very clear in highlighting what that issue was when it comes to the lawsuit that's been raised. What do you feel is not going right in the situation we're dealing with today? Hello, Miss Yolanda. It's so great to see you again. We were just at the NAACP coordination for community meeting last night.
Absolutely.
So what did you think about tonight's commentary, and what do you feel was left on the table?
You know what? I think the big thing, the big takeaway is really the importance of our community understanding the power that they have.
Yes.
And more importantly, that we have to exercise our right to vote.
Yes.
And not take it for granted.
Yes.
It was discovered tonight, as many people stated, that they didn't know the amount of money that was being spent to keep us locked up or to keep us in prison or not be able to get bail.
So don't forget to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also check out the Simply Centrell YouTube channel for all of the footage that we have for the different shows and the new things that are coming up. We'll be right back. I just wanted to come here and share exactly what I've been experiencing, who I have met, the tools and strategies I have learned that have allowed me to build a better me. It is time for us to not have any more limits on our life. Welcome back to the Simply Centrell Show. We invite you to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to check out the footage on YouTube on the Simply Centrell channel. So I was able to interview some really influential people in the community. So let me tell you how that happened. I decided to go to this event. I was not excited about it, just being honest. When I got there, I was like, okay, God, I don't know what you're doing here. I'm just going to look and see what you're unfolding. So while I was there, I was like, okay, I'm going to make the best of this. Let me meet some people. Let me say hello. Let me smile, because I believe that your energy is important. Just because I was not planning to be there doesn't mean that everyone else needs to know that I wasn't planning to be there. So I decided, I'm going to say hello to some folks. I became a little bit more social, stepped out, said hi, smiled, and then when the meeting started, I sat down and I started taking notes. Now this is important. I'm in a meeting where there's a panel of people with the NAACP and they are talking about bail reform. I need to be well versed on this subject. I need to glean something because I'm already a part of the NAACP's community outreach. So I said, let me take some notes. I might be able to bring some of this stuff back. And I'm taking notes. And as I'm taking notes, someone comes up to me and asks me, hey, I see you're taking notes there. What are you doing? What are you here for? I said, well, I just kind of wanted to know who was speaking, what they were talking about, what their perspective was. I just wanted to make sure I remembered a little bit of it. And then it was, have you done any interviews before? And I was like, no, not really. Well, would you be interested? And then there was God. So I could have at that moment said no, because everything in me was now shaking. I was uncomfortable. I was like, interviews? Okay, yeah, I'll do it. And I did. I wasn't prepared. Now, how many people know that whatever you have right now is enough? Whatever you have, when the opportunity comes to you, it's because you are already ready at that point for it, at least for that moment. It doesn't mean further preparation isn't necessary, because I did have to prepare even more, and you'll see that later. I did get up, do the interviews, made many mistakes, and I learned a whole lot. It was exciting, it was exhilarating, it was fun, it was something I would have never thought would have happened that night. And then the doors opened wide. So from that event, because I decided to step out and do something different, again, this is a public facing thing. Those interviews are on TV. There are a number of public figures. I didn't want to mess up my words. I'm being asked to do something that I normally don't do, and anything could have happened. Great things happened. So sometimes we think anything can happen. We only think of the things that could go wrong. Think of the things that could go right. So when you step into something new, a lot of things can go right. Focus on those things. Focus on just doing it. And then you'll be surprised at what happens. So after the NAACP meeting and those interviews and that experience, I was on cloud nine. I was like, what's next? What's going to happen here? I'm ready for this radio show. It literally made me a lot more comfortable about speaking to each of you on the radio, because I had already now done something public. So some of these things can be preparation for even the things we don't even realize we're being prepared for. Those opportunities come to build you up, to make you more comfortable, to make you stronger. So I'm ready for our show on August 1st, which I have the pleasure of doing with my longtime friend, mentor, and mentee, Timothy Jones. And we have the opportunity to talk about this journey that we're on. I invite you to take a quick look.
Well, you know what's funny, Centrell, and I want everyone that's listening and watching to know this. As many, we use the word haters, and it sounds so negative. But really, there are people in your life, I guess we give them that label because they don't necessarily agree with what we're doing. They don't necessarily see what we see in our vision. So call them haters, non-believers, whatever you want to call them. They may outnumber your supporters, but to Centrell's point, you only need a couple of people who believe in you. You'll never have an equal amount of supporters. I know in my personal experience, I don't have hundreds of people saying, or thousands of people saying, you can do it. I believe in you. Go for it. Doesn't matter if you can pay your bills or not. Reach for the stars. The majority of the people, they're afraid for you. They're afraid that if you, lose something or if something doesn't look right, they hurt for you. So I just wanted to make a point that you only need a couple of people. So Centrell, to answer your question, I only had, 2 or 3 people, if that really were those mentors during those periods where I felt like giving up.
So now you have the opportunity of seeing the second guest on my show, which was LaShonda Gary. We had an amazing time. We even got to do some things off camera, which you'll see probably a little bit later. Take a look at the energy, excitement, and the message of Dream Build Success that helps to build from the ground up, you and me. We're about to bring the boom with LaShonda Gary. We have her right here. Thank you for joining me, my sister. We had a wonderful time getting to know each other and talking about all the wonderful things that you're doing. And our topic today, unleashing the possibilities. So you have joined our KYND, our Simply Centrell, and your Dream Build Success listening audience. All of them sitting out there waiting with pins and needles on what we're going to talk about. We just did the recap from last week's show, and now we're going to dig into who you are and what it is you do for people and this Dream Build Success vision you have, so we can let people know the vision is real, the possibilities are real. So let's start with learning a little bit about you, Miss LaShonda. Tell our folks out there who you are.
Hello, everyone. Well, first of all, thank you. It's an honor. So I appreciate this possibility.
Yes.
I'm super excited. My name is LaShonda Gary. I teach women entrepreneurs how to build multiple streams of income, kingdom principles. Really, you can have a business or you can have a God business.
Yes.
And that's what I'm in all about. Whatever God wants us to do, that's how we operate. But, for us and for me, my vision is how can I help you reach your best potential?
Okay.
Do it with biblical principles. Stand on the word of God. Do not compromise your beliefs. Nowadays people sell their soul for $1.
Oh,
yeah. So, they call me the dream driver, and I'm here to drive you and navigate you to your dreams.
All right now. So don't forget to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also check out the Simply Centrell YouTube channel for all of the footage that we have for the different shows and the new things that are coming up. We'll be right back. I just wanted to come here and share exactly what I've been experiencing, who I have met, the tools and strategies I have learned that have allowed me to build a better me. It is time for us to not have any more limits on our life. Welcome back to the Simply Centrell Show. We invite you to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to check out the footage on YouTube on the Simply Centrell channel. So remember we talked about that NAACP event and how I had to step out of my comfort zone and God presented an opportunity and I walked right into it. Well, the background, while the radio show is now on air, on Facebook, we're tweeting, we're sending Instagram messages, we have our YouTube channel. In the background, I'm now getting phone calls to do interviews for other events. So one of the first events on the heels of that NAACP event was a Question of Faith movie premiere. Now this is big stuff, and you think about this. I went from being private and in corporate America to now having my own brand, my own radio show, and now doing interviews for prominent people in entertainment, in media, in the community. And all of this on a day when I didn't want to show up, on a day when I didn't want to do an event. So I want you to see this a Question of Faith movie premiere, because now I'm uncomfortable again. I've not done this in any space except for the NAACP interviews, and now this is a little more fast-paced. Not only that, we're talking about producers and actors and actresses and not knowing exactly who they are, what their background is, what they want to say, what questions am I supposed to ask. So when I got the call, I immediately had to start doing some work, more discomfort, more newness, more excitement. I'm excited. Now I have to make the most of the opportunity. I have to show up. So I had to start researching people who do this. How do they dress? What do they say? So I want you to take a look at my experience. Mr. Gregory Allen Williams, it is wonderful to meet you. My name is Simply Centrell, and we are here with Bishop Dixon at the premiere of A Question of Faith. So how exciting is it? Because I've seen you on TV. How exciting is it to have a collaboration with Bishop Dixon and this movie?
It is amazing because this is a quality film. It is a film about coming together and how we love one another, you know, and that's what the Bishop is all about, and just an exciting collaboration.
Absolutely. Bishop, what gave you the idea to do a collaboration with this film?
I got a chance to view A Question of Faith, premiere it in Greensboro a few weeks ago at a conference, and I can tell you, I have never seen a faith film that elevates the dignity of family, unity, togetherness, and cultural diversity as this one does. And of course, the inspiring work that Greg and the other actors and actresses do in this movie, I believe is going to change lives. So I wanted my pastor friends like Pastor Terrence Johnson and all these pastors are here to have a chance to preview it, premiere it, and then we're going to go unleash a campaign to make sure that Houston is the #1 city on opening weekend for the movie.
Oh, I like that. A premiere, a campaign, that is wonderful. And who do we have here?
I'm Terrence Johnson, pastor Higher Dimension Church.
Wonderful. So we have two pastors, and then we also have a wonderful actor coming together, A Question of Faith. Simply Centrell here with Michelle Duffy. Wonderful to have you here for the film with Bishop Dixon, A Question of Faith. So tell us, because you have done many films, brought them here to Houston, promoted them. Tell us why you do what you do. This is Simply Centrell, and I'm here with Pastor Decker. So good to see you again.
So good to see you again also.
Yes, wonderful. Here at A Question of Faith movie premiere. So tell me what you thought about the movie.
Wow, the movie was phenomenal. It exposed so many different emotions. It's the kind of movie that demographically, everyone can relate.
Yeah. This is Simply Centrell, and we are here at the premiere of A Question of Faith. I have here Pastor John Murray, I have Pastor Cole, and Miss Leanna Jefferson, and we are just going to talk a little bit about what you saw in the film. So, Pastor, tell me exactly how you see Hollywood and faith coming together after looking at the film today. So did you see that? Did you see what was happening there? So I'm at A Question of Faith movie premiere as part of the media team. I'm part of the media team. Anyway, I was so out of my element because I had not done this before. Know that everything I've done up to this point prepared me though, because I did extra work. I did a little research. So I have people coming up to me, they're talking in my ear, they're saying, this person's about to come up and be interviewed. You need to know this, 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 and this. Make sure you have your questions ready. And then that person's now placed in front of you. That was wild. My mind was spinning, things were crazy. I spent time with Greg Allen Williams from Greenleaf. I'm talking to him, we're laughing, we're joking. I mean, there was media and local promotions there. D-Mars, Michelle Duffy from D3 Promotions. They do most of the major faith-based movies and more. They do promotions for those films. These are prominent folks. I met with Angela White, the producer of A Question of Faith. And so many community pastors came out to support the endeavor. The amount of influential people in that room, just amazing, amazing. So to be there was an absolute blessing, and I'm just excited I was able to be a part of it, and I did my best. There was nothing perfect about what happened. There was nothing perfect about what I did. What I did do was show up and do my best. So I encourage you that you continue to do the work. Maybe you don't watch as much TV because I had to change the way I did things. Maybe you work a little bit more to prepare because it's necessary. When you get there and you have the opportunity and you shine, well, that moment is priceless because I received so much more, you know, wonderful words, encouragement. People thought I had done this before. They thought I had been there. So I would say that that was probably one of the best days in the last month of all of this stuff. And then I thought it was all over. All the work we had done, I thought it was over. And then the mayor's office, I was too excited. They were like, okay, the next stop, we're going to see Sylvester Turner, mayor of Houston. And I was all for it. I was a little nervous though. We went, I had the opportunity to spend some time with the mayor, everyone waiting in the area before he came, taking pictures. We're doing a lot of, you know, Facebook Live and Instagram Live. Just a lot of emotions and build up because we're about to meet one of the leaders of our great city here in Houston. And I'm thinking about what can this mean? You know, all of these prominent people and now this. So I had the opportunity to meet the mayor, and we actually stood there and had a conversation right in front of the seal. You know, we're talking about real estate. We're talking about women and their roles in the city of Houston and making sure that there's visibility for us in all areas. So then he says, let's make a meeting. So I'm just gonna say that that was huge, and I'll keep you posted on what happens with that. Great day, a great day. So don't forget to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also check out the Simply Centrell YouTube channel for all of the footage that we have for the different shows and the new things that are coming up. We'll be right back. So welcome back to the Simply Centrell Show. I invite you to like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And don't forget to check out the footage on YouTube, the Simply Centrell channel. So you saw all of the things that have happened over the last 9 months, right? The radio show, A Question of Faith premiere. We went to the mayor's office. NAACP events, and there have been other things that have happened since then. So I've had the opportunity also to meet Dr. Bill Picard, billionaire in the automotive industry, as well as be in the presence of Dr. Freddie Haynes of Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas, and also Bishop Dixon here in Houston. We have done a lot of great things, and let me tell you that all of this still requires more preparation. I am still uncomfortable. So every time there's more opportunity, there's more things that I'm able to do, I've got to now go back and look at this footage. I have to look and see what it is I did well and what things I can improve on. So remember to inspect what you expect. So you know you go in, you're putting your best foot forward, you're taking the step, you're taking action, and now you have to tweak so you can be a little bit better. So I'm also still getting invites to do a number of other things. My circle has elevated. We've talked a lot about changing your circle and your company so that you can move towards the things you want to do. Well, there are a number of people that are influential, and they are operating in circles that I would like the opportunity to share the vision of from the ground up, building a better you. And so I'm getting these invites, and now I need to prepare for that next level. So I want you to take a look at what I was invited to do next. Now this has been the pinnacle. KHOU stands for Houston on the heels of what has happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. Those protests, some of the horrific messages and things that happened there, and KHOU, Bishop Dixon, and the community has come out to now start the conversation. I was invited to do some interviews from the green room all the way to the news station studio. Take a look at some of the things that happened there.
Thank you for joining us tonight for what is sure to be a difficult but necessary conversation about race. Hello, I'm Len Cannon.
And I'm Mia Gradney. We want to welcome everyone watching, not just on air, but also our live stream on the KHOU Facebook page, app, web page, and YouTube.
Yeah, we have a prominent group for you tonight to help in our discussion, including city leaders, community activists, and law enforcement. All right? There'll be no trick questions.
Hello, Centrell Reed. Nice to meet you.
How are you? Good
I'm
to
wonderful.
See you. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Are you going to be in here with us?
No, I'm going into the studio here in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's a pleasure.
I guess I'll handle this one then.
Okay. You got it.
All right now.
It's on you.
That's what I do.
All right.
Okay.
Hi, we meet. I'm sorry.
Yes,
the
we
producer
do.
was there. I didn't want her to get out of Dodge.
No worries, no worries. All right, wonderful. Simply Centrell here with Miss Mia. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a quick conversation.
Sure.
You were out there with the audience today. You were asking questions about the unity. We're talking about Stands for Houston, and on the heels of everything going on in Charlottesville, Virginia, what is Houston poised to do? Simply Centrell here with the Lynn, and we have had you as a wonderful moderator tonight. We thank you, KHOU, for having this community meeting.
Our pleasure.
We have Bishop Dixon here, and he's been an activist, and it was wonderful to bring him on and have the conversation with all of the panelists.
Yeah.
Where do you think we go here? Because Houston does get a lot of things right. It is time for some solution. What's the next step?
I think this whole event was triggered by what happened in Charlottesville.
Yes.
But I was just telling somebody we don't have to wait on an event.
Oh, okay. Yes, just a couple of questions. Hi, Simply Centrell here, and we are here with Bishop Dixon and also with Sally from KHOU, and we appreciate the forum. We appreciate the support to get the conversation started. What do you think we accomplished tonight?
You know, I think it was a great opportunity for people to really hear from each other. A lot of the times we see each other on the streets, we walk by, but this was an opportunity for people of different races and religions to come together and hear their neighbor talk about what's really going on in our community. And one gentleman who, I think it was a young gentleman who talked about, you know, it's out there, but we're not talking about it. Yeah. So we hope that at least have started the conversation, and we hope it'll continue.
I think that's great. What do you feel KHOU, or what would you like to pledge KHOU to do in collaboration with Bishop Dixon, the community of faith, and also the citizens of Houston to continue to move the conversation forward?
Well, we love working with Bishop Dixon. This isn't the first time we've joined together to try and make our community a better place. And, you know, at KHOU 11 News, we believe in standing for Houston. I mean, KHOU stands for Houston. And so what we hope to do is continue more of these. And we talked about already not being reactive to events, but being proactive and perhaps getting ahead of the conversations so that when something happens across the country, you know, here in Houston, we have a better understanding, we have a better tolerance. We know and can show the rest of the country what it's really like to have a conversation, to have differing opinions, but be respectful of each other's opinions.
I love that. Bishop, why the collaboration with KHOU and Community of Faith?
Like spirits, it's more than the community of faith church, it's about the community at large, and understanding that it takes all of us doing what all of us can do to make our city all of what it can be. And KHOU gets that. Thank you, Sally, her team, for stellar, and working with them has been remarkable. But I think that we did start an important dialogue tonight. I think people now are ready to move forward, and we've got a city who wants to be a model city for the nation and for the world, and I think it has started right here tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bishop Dixon. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, KHOU. We really appreciate all that you're doing to bring us all together. So as you can see, this has been an amazing journey, and we're just getting started. I had the opportunity to spend time with the KHOU news family, Mia Gradney, Lynn Cannon, Sally Ramirez, the executive news director, Bishop Dixon, Dr. Virgil Woods. You see so many prominent figures, Dr. James Douglas, and all of the wonderful folks that participated in that conversation. The Chief of Police, Art Acevedo, and our Sheriff, Ed Gonzalez. We also had Stephen Kleinfeld there and a number of other panel members, including Mary Ramos of LULAC. So the conversation and the influence in that room to bring about change was amazing. I had to prepare myself for that opportunity. Those individuals are now a part of the people that I can draw from to share with you the message of from the ground up, building a better you. There's no telling where this platform can go. There's no telling what we can bring to you. So I encourage you today to start where you are. Start where you are with what you have. All of the teachings come from your experience. You have to be out there to experience something, and you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable every day. I have said it in the shows, you've seen it as recently as the last show. I have to prepare for those things and be ready for the things that are coming up. I'm so excited for the journey. I look forward to continuing to share it with you, as well as showing you all the different things we're doing with the platform, all the wonderful guests that we're bringing on, and watching you create your vision. That's what we're here for. We want you to start from where you are and get to where you want to be. Take it from me. This is everyone's journey. No one starts at the top. And when you do start, it's work. Be willing to put in the work. The reward is going to be great. Again, thank you for joining the Simply Centrell Show. Like, share, follow at Simply Centrell on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Check out our YouTube channel, the Simply Centrell YouTube channel, for all of this content and more. See you next time.